I don't have a specific message today, but I thought I would pull some oracle, maybe some tarot cards today. And I really only have 2 decks, one of each. So, and they're both like ocean mermaid themed. This one, Sisters of the Sea, Lucy Cavendish, and the artwork is by Amy Brown. Beautiful artwork. So, yeah, I'm going to, and you know, I'm still fairly new. At this, you know, at using these tools. So, you know, kind of keep that in mind. And also with anything in life, not just readings and oracle and tarot readings and other things, like with anything in life, you should use your own measuring stick. Like, what I mean by that is use your own judgment. You know, feel with your body and with your intuition and your own energy. Feel what feels like truth to you, because it could be different for each person, because we are not meant, we all have different paths in life, and we aren't meant to walk the same path. So, and especially since a lot of times readings that are done like on YouTube channels, a lot of times they are meant, well, most of the time they are meant for a wide array of people, you know, different kinds of people, and you know, so it could be that there could be several things that resonate and then several things that don't resonate, and you have to be the one to discern whether those things are for you or not. And you have to learn to trust yourself and to read your own energy, and to trust that you can receive answers in many different ways. You know, like for most of my life, the ways that I received answers were like through prayer, and then like, I guess you could call it meditation, and you know, listening to the Holy Ghost, the Spirit, and a lot of times the answers would come from outside, you know, what we could call now synchronicities. Those answers would come in the form of sometimes thoughts, feelings, or things being reflected to me from other people, from movies, books, stories. Actually, this happened a lot in all of those ways, but also like even when I would open my scriptures and read, I always got answers that way too, because that was more of a quiet meditative exercise. And so these other newer ways that I'm finding that are kind of an extension of the things I already learned, they don't feel any different. They feel very much the same, and the source is the same. I know it is. It's like it's the same source. We just call it different things. So All right, I'm gonna get started, but I just wanted to say, you know, that these things are, I know I've said before, these are tools, and I've talked about how they're tools to get into the underlying, you know, subconscious, and I feel like that's what prayer does too, because I feel like we are all like connected. We're all connected to Source as well, and we're part of that. We're part of God. We're part of the universe, part of Source, and so this is one way to make that connection a little stronger and a little more specific. So, all right, enough talk about that. And you know, like I said, whatever resonates with you, then that's for you. Trust your intuition, trust yourself. And whatever doesn't resonate with you, then don't worry about it. And also, anything that is said in this reading, just know that I'm not responsible for anything that you decide to do based off of what you gleaned from this reading. It's your responsibility. You take full responsibility for any actions that you take in your life. That's your choice. Okay? You can't hold me accountable for any of that. That's up to you. Okay, the first one coming in, and this has been coming. I have seen this card like so many times when I'm pulling for myself, and also when I did this for the first time. This card just keeps coming up. It's the Saltwater Sisters, number 36, and the 3 and the 6. When you add those together, that makes a 9, and a 9, from what I've been learning, a 9 is like a completion. So there's like some sort of cycle that's being completed, okay, being finished. And these are the Saltwater Sisters, and they're under the illuminated, really huge moon. And we just had a new moon. Yesterday was like, wasn't yesterday like Chinese New Year, or the Lunar New Year, and like the new moon and all of that? So that's kind of, you know, what you see here. It could represent that. And then these sisters, they harvest salt, and salt is very healing. And yeah, so they harvest salt, and I don't remember what else is said about this, so I may have to just go into the book. Hold on. All right, so this is what it says. The Saltwater Sisters, salt is a miracle made by the sea. The salt of the water preserves, cures, heals, dispels ills and ailments, and eases aches deep in the bones, weighed down by the gravity of the world of air. When the Saltwater Sisters come, they wish to gift you salt. So you're being gifted healing. Okay? Salt that flavors life, making it tasty and tangy once again. Salt that has the power to melt the ice around a cold heart. Salt that dissolves in water, its invisible power lifting you up, for salt water is more buoyant than fresh water. So the energies that you're feeling right now, they might be heavy, but that's coming to a completion, and you're going to be feeling more of the lighter, buoyant energy that makes you feel good, makes you feel well, and gives you the feeling of abundance and like life is good. You know, these things are that cycle of grind and heavy dense energy is coming to an end, and you're going to be feeling more and more light and balanced, and like you're going to feel more rested, more peaceful than you have before. And okay, continuing, salt can be used in spell work and blessings, and to banish negativity that is not useful or realistic. Salt harvested beneath the moon, as is the salt gathered by these sister mermaids, has the power to purify and repel ill thoughts and wishes. It helps to heal our minds and bodies from accumulated energies that can make us hurt. It shows us that the element of Mother Earth is inseparable from Mother Ocean. When this card comes to you, please know it is time to harvest in the right ways and to work with this precious ocean mineral to banish, protect, preserve, and restore your well-being. So it's a call to slow down and to rest and to do things in a more intentional way, unlike the way we have been doing them for centuries, you know, where, well, at least for the last century, where everything has like gotten so chaotic. That cycle is ending. It's not going to be here forever. We're moving more towards a more sustainable way of living. Mother Ocean is pure, healing, and uplifting. If you cannot take yourself into the waters of her infinite moonlit cauldron, bathe in salted and blessed water on a full moon. Feel the purity of the mermaids become yours. Know you are blessed, you are protected, and that you and your home are full of beautiful energy. Let the sacred salt come in like the waves of the ocean and restore the balance within your most precious life. So you don't have to actually do any of the you don't have to do any of those things that I just read. You don't have to do anything. You can just be. But, you know, just slow down and like allow yourself to rest. And I often think about the sea otters and how they spend half of their time, or maybe more than half of their time, no, probably less than half, they go, like the mother sea otters, especially the mother sea otters, they go out and get their food. They spend all their energy doing that, getting their food, and also trying to keep themselves warm and keep their babies warm. And then the rest of the time, they rest. They have to, because that's the only way that they can replenish their energy and the way that they can survive, and so that they can go out and do it again. And that kind of energy, it's a balanced energy, but it's still a little bit too, in my opinion, a little too dense, in the way that the mother otter does not have time to she doesn't have much time to enjoy her life, to just play and be herself outside of being a mom and trying to survive and trying to take care of her kids and help them to survive. She's kind of lost her sense of who she is as just an otter and not a mama otter. Okay, and some of you may be feeling like that too. If you may be feeling that kind of energy where like you're trying to find that balance between caring for others and caring for yourself. And honestly, like we've been told many times, that you have to first care for yourself before you can care for others. Because if you don't fill your cup first, there's nothing left to give. And that is so true. And that's some of the lessons I've been learning, like especially this last 10 months. And it's forced me into this place of rest, because I wasn't doing enough of it, and so I've been forced into it. And yeah, I've been forced to just slow down and to replenish and refill my cup so that I can learn how to have that balance and help myself, but then also help others, and also help others help themselves. So yeah, I don't know if the mommy sea otters will ever have like a change in their patterns. maybe as the world shifts and changes, maybe some of the animals will also feel those shifts, and maybe their patterns and things will be adjusted as well. I don't know. I mean, anything is possible. All right, another card here, another oracle card. Connection. Oh, it looks like a dragon, huh? A dragon and a mermaid. And I'm gonna refer again to the deck, but this is number 2, connection. All right. The mermaid dances with the water dragon. Their dance is a language in which movements share information, so understanding can be reached. And when that understanding blooms, that is the point where harmony can be born. To be in harmony with another is to dance, to mutually guide and weave and create patterns within the forms we have that speak to others. When we realize how we use our voices, our bodies, and all our abilities to communicate, the beings we are connecting with begin to dance with us. This card and these beings come to you to speak of the need to dance in harmony with others, not to be agreeable for its own sake, but to lead others into our world for a time, so that unlike creatures can finally reach a place where communication is sweet and shared. Around these beings, underwater flowers like cherry blossoms spring up, speaking of the longevity of the friendship they are weaving. Dance with others, harmonize with those you encounter, and move beyond the steps of the dances others have taught you. Be light, graceful, and respectful in your movements. And if others will not do the same, harmony will become a challenge that is perhaps out of reach. Be drawn to those who sing songs that harmonize with yours. Take their hands gently. Let the mutuality of common visions, goals, and deep feelings bring you to each other, to a place where understanding is not illusion, but a truth earned through the willingness to flow in the reciprocal patterns of beauty with others. Something that was really funny to me yesterday, my husband, I started like, not really yawning, but kind of going, ah, you know, like I just did that, and he was like, that he said something like, it would be funny if we did that at the same time and it was in harmony. And I was like, yeah, that would actually be really cool if like we did that at the same time and it harmonized. That would be so cool. Anyway, so this kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, like being in harmony with others, and I think that's what I was talking about, is this energy that wants to create that balance, wants to create that harmony within the world, because we have been so out of balance, out of harmony. We've been in disharmony in our world collectively. You know, the whole world is in chaos right now, right? We've been so out of balance, and in every aspect. And so that harmony of dancing together and you know, realizing that we all do affect one another. So being in harmony and learning each other's dances, you know, because we each have a different way. Have you seen, you probably have seen the Peanuts old cartoons where all, you know, the dance scenes where they're all like doing their own little dances, right? But like they're all dancing to the same music, and although each person's dance looks different, and we can say that even looks kind of funny, they are all dancing in harmony, and they are enjoying that dance together. You know, they're not doing the same things, but it's like that energy of like they are enjoying the same moment together, but it may look slightly different for each person. And I think that's what we're talking about, is the harmony in the world, of dancing together. We each get to do our own dance, no matter what that looks like. And if you are too concerning yourself with how someone else's dance is, you know, and how they look, or, you know, or like if you decide to have a dance partner and they start stepping on your toes, or somebody comes into your, you know, and they start stepping on your toes, you know, you can say ouch, but you can also say, hey, you know, but most of the time when that happens at a dance, people who step on your toes will say, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And it's no big deal, and you go back to dancing together, and it's no big deal, right? Well, life can be like that. We don't have to, we don't have to make it a huge deal. And you know, I'm gonna take my own advice because these lessons are often not just for me, or not just for others, you know, like I'm always talking to myself whenever I open my mouth and I say something that might help somebody else. It's really for me, first of all. And one of the things that came to me this morning, speaking of harmony and of maybe the friction that can happen in life, where, like I said, when people step on your toes, which is what I experienced recently. That initial shock of, oh my gosh, this person stepped on my toes and that hurt. That initial shock can be, challenging, because depending on where you are in your life and where you are in that moment, depends on how you interpret, whether there was intent or not. But most of the time there was no intent, right? The thing I was going to tell you, what happened this morning while I was meditating, one of the things that came to me was the lion of love. And I thought that was funny because when I think of the Lion of Love, I just think of that song from Eurovision, and it's a really funny song, but for me it was supposed to be, the message I was getting was, it's okay to be a lion. It's okay to stand in your truth and in your power, but try to do it in a more gentle, loving way. And so, that's just a reminder for me. And you can take that too if you want. You need to protect things. You need to, but you can do it in a loving way. And I, most of the time I try to do it that way, in a loving way, but sometimes I roar, ouch, that hurt, and maybe even lash out at somebody else because of my hurt. And I know we all do that. But if we can learn how to dance together in harmony and to let each other be who we are and love and accept each other for who we are. And this is like the theme of my life. Like, I can't get away from that message. Like, it's just always underlying message, because I think that's what we're all trying to do here on this planet. And so I'm not going to be able to do much more of this because I have to go in to attend to something else that I need to do. I need to help somebody else get ready for something. So I don't have much more time, but I'm gonna pull one more. Oh, yay, it's something new. Something new that I haven't seen before. This is number 20. To whom was she given? To whom was she given? Okay, I'm covering up something that probably YouTube might not like. Okay, I don't know. I'm going to look this one up as well because I don't have a clue when I look at this what it's about. All right. This mermaid is resigned to her fate. She is to be given in union to a being she does not know. And it seems she moves, albeit slowly and reluctantly, to something she feels she must do. For her, there seems to be no choice, no other way. There are moments in life that seem inescapable, as if the choices of others, family and culture, carry more importance, or that they know better. And to keep their favor, we go through the motions. Story of my life. Yep. I really resonate with this one. She feels vulnerable, and yet she is far from defeated. From the corner of one sea green eye appears a route that offers an alternative. She begins to see that within every seemingly inevitability, there is a choice. She has glimpsed the possibility of what she can make of this fate, and she will bend destiny to her own vision of how her life shall unfold. Like you do at times, she seems obedient. She seems to accept, but she does not. And nor do you. For this mermaid is in the deepest form of rebellion, the one where all her powers and intelligence align in the creation of a life of fulfillment, even while it seems all paths lead her to a place of restriction. She will not be bound. She will find her freedom, and she will create a better world for herself and for others like her because of the action she takes. This is the possibility before you. You may give in for now, but you will never, ever give up. Yeah, I feel that deeply. Yes. Yep. Create the life you want, not the one that's chosen for you. Unless that's what you want, then fine. Do it that way. For me, I will be changing a lot of things, and I already have. And that's okay, because everything is evolving. Everything in this world is evolving, and old things are being done away with, and new things are coming. And we just need to learn how to dance in harmony, and first heal ourselves from the world. Take a good look, heal yourself, dance in harmony, dance your own way. Do what you want to do, because the choice is yours. It's nobody else's. But do it with love. Do it with love. If you have some underlying, if you're coming from your heart, even though you may roar sometimes or claw in defense, just make sure that there's love behind it, okay? And that you're not injuring someone else, okay? All right, lessons for me, lessons for you. We are all here together to help one another. So, all right, have a good day. Okay, I guess we weren't done. I came back after I did what I needed to do, and I'm not done, because I still need to earth a little bit longer and be out here in the sun a little bit longer. So I am going to do some tarot now. Mermaid Tarot, Lisa Robertson, illustrated by Julie Dillon. Okay, taking from that. And so how can we, let's see, what do we want to find out? What do you need to know about any of these things, these topics that we were just talking about? Like, you know, these were the 3 cards: Saltwater Sisters, Connection. To whom was she given? Okay, so I don't know. I'm trying to figure out which one of those do we want to explore a little bit. What do you need to know about? Okay, on the split I got this. This is the moon. I'm going to put that down for a minute. And the other one is Wheel of Fortune. Okay. We'll look at those in a minute. Yeah, so I don't know if I want to ask any specific thing. Well, this one, that is so humorous. This one was hopping off of my, out of the card deck and hopping off of my lap. And it was hopping around. And guess what it is? It's a rabbit. A rabbit with, it's a 2 of Pentacles, and then this is like, oh, it's like showing off for those kids or something. I don't know. We'll look at that in a minute. But yeah, like, I don't know if I want to get real specific in, like, based off of the oracle cards, you know, like one of the oracle, or I can't talk today, oracle cards, or if I just want to let whatever message needs to come out, like, it could be related to those oracle cards, or maybe not. I don't know. But okay, we'll just see what comes out. I have 3 cards so far. So let's see. I think I'm just gonna do one more. Oh no, that one's flying out of my hand. 6 of Cups. I've seen this one a few times. This one is, they're really playful. Okay, let's look these up, because like I said, I'm not super familiar with how to read tarot. So, okay, so the first card we got was the moon. See if I can find that. Sorry. Where are you, moon? Okay, I got the Wheel of Fortune, that's good. But where's the moon? Where's the moon? What is that noise? Oh, it's my husband. Oh, there it is. There's the moon. All right. The moon. You may think you know all about the siren and her song. You may even think that you know all there is to know about her story, but you may be wrong. Those who have been blessed with the gift of song belong to certain groups. There are healing sirens, dream sirens, warning sirens, and nightmare sirens, just to name a few. The healing sirens sing only under the light of the full moon. When they raise their voices across the ocean to the sky, they sing a healing chant, sending out wave after wave of healing frequencies. These frequencies help with calming the world's tensions, restoring balance, and sending relief to those who are suffering. The full moon siren also does one other unique thing her fellow sirens do not. She calls lost souls home. All those who were lost at sea and wandering the waves, she calls home with the vibration of her melody. All this happens in one night, the only night of the month when the moon is completely full. That's interesting. Yeah. It's like she's like a beacon, a lighthouse for lost souls. That's really cool. Okay. And then it goes on in the upright position. Have you ever walked the shoreline under the full moon and watched as the moonbeams dance and sway with the rolling waves, only to disappear once they hit shore? It's like watching a magical underwater light show. If you watch from a certain angle, the waves look alive. Gotta turn page. The truth is that they are simply answering the siren song, spreading her energy and carrying her frequencies to all. Under the light of the moon, it looks so spectacular, yet what happens under the blanket of darkness looks very different from what happens in broad daylight. In the dark, we find more space for our imaginations to run wild, allowing us to lose all sense of perception and seeing things that would not be visible under the sun's intense rays. That's a very interesting message. Okay. The next card is the Wheel of Fortune. The helm of a long forgotten vessel is home to new life at the bottom of the sea. Fish swim by as seaweed and coral repurpose the once prized ship's wheel. The intricate markings around the wheel show that once upon a time this ship was steered and directed by the planets that would have been clearly visible in the night sky out in the open ocean. Now, both the planets and helm are out of view. Advances and change have made them obsolete. We are reminded here that our purpose and roles change. Views change, and life as we know it is only temporary. Very true. What was once up will eventually find its way down. What was once lost and broken will eventually be found and given new life. That's how I feel. The Wheel of Fortune is a reminder of the temporary nature of our physical existence. Things change, shift, and move. Nothing stays as it is forever. Time marches on, whether we like it or not. Where you find yourself now may not be the same in the future. Acceptable or not, it won't last, so either enjoy the moment the wheel brings you, or hold on to the hopes that things won't always be this way if your situation is unacceptable. All right. Okay, two more. So I've got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, that's that one. where it leapt out, right? It leapt out at me. It hopped a couple times. Oh, it's so funny. He's like, this rabbit is like doing tricks and standing on a fish that's also leaping out of the water. And everybody else is like, these two kids that are watching are just like, what the heck? That's interesting. That's really cool, you know, and it's just like, watch me, watch me. I felt like that lately. Okay, can you juggle as well as this rabbit? Really? How many people do you know who can stand on one leg while riding a fish and balancing 2 coins? I don't know about you, but this rabbit just looks like a bit of a show-off. But at least the mer children look amused. We all need a bit of entertainment in our lives, and this rabbit really knows how to put on a show. There's a bit of the dramatic in the 2 of Pentacles, like it is all just for show, perhaps. While you may be balancing 2 things at once, things are really nowhere near as bad as you are making out. Then again, how on earth would you get anyone to take notice of you if you didn't add a bit of drama to your routine? Okay. We'll see. I'm not really sure about what that's saying, because whatever, I'm just gonna give it, because maybe it's for someone else, because it doesn't resonate with me, and that's fine. It doesn't have to, because this is not just for me. All right. Oh yeah, we're in the 6 of Cups now. 6 of Cups, where are you? All right, so this one, 6 of Cups. Oh, the joy of finding new things to play with and explore, especially when you have no idea what the object you found is actually used for. Mermaid children play freely without the knowledge of what their playthings are, and none of them care. Their right now experience is unrestricted, not bogged down with meaning. It is merely a time to be silly and creative and let their imaginations run wild. You may recognize the found objects in this card as cups, but that is only because you have a memory associated with what a cup is. When you were a child, someone showed you a cup, told you what its name was, and explained what it was for. Someone else's meaning then became your own, and the objects known as cups came to have a shared story. They do not have a passed down narrative to explain cups, and therefore are just free to explore them however they wish. Yep, that's how we were as kids. We got to explore whatever way we wanted and make things up, and everything was great. And then, people told us, no, this is how you do this is how you do that, this is what this means, this is what that means. And we found ourselves not being able to play as freely as we once did. Okay, continuing on. The 6 of Cups brings into focus stories of your childhood, stories that perhaps were never truly yours. Maybe they were told to you as a way of molding your engagement and interaction with the world around you. Right now, however, that story doesn't feel the way it once did. Just like mer children, you are aching to write a new story, one that is yours and yours alone, free from the rules that someone else once explained to you, free of someone else's meaning. All right, and you know what? That's exactly how I feel. Like, the world is changing. We are evolving and changing and becoming individually and collectively who we're meant to be, and learning how to dance together in this new way of harmony and coming together. That's what we're doing. We're just learning how to how to be ourselves, how to be in our power, be ourselves, how to dance together as ourselves, all of us, each of us, how to do that together. And being loving and kind while we do it, but also firm in our personal truth. And then, we're healing. When we each do this, we are healing each other, and we're making life more enjoyable for everyone and not just for a few. And I think that's what this is all about, is like, we're all in this big dance, and we need to do it together, and it's not only meant for a select few to experience joy and the magic of what the world has to offer. There's an abundance of resources for everybody on this planet, and we just have to learn how to harmoniously and wisely work together. And that's where we're headed towards. We're headed towards that. There's a completion of this cycle of this old type of energy, this old way of living and doing things on this planet, and that is like, that cycle is being completed, and we are on to something new and something much more healing and exciting and fulfilling for each of us. So, all right, bye.